Hello and welcome to a very, very special Breaking Bad Friday, and of course also, unfortunately, the last Breaking Bad Friday that we will have on this channel. We are going to be watching Felina today, episode 16, the finale of the series we have all been watching. That's not true. Me, I've been watching that. You haven't. You've been watching me watch that. That's true. Exactly. That's good. We're all caught up, mate. Thank you very much. I haven't started with a little intro for a very long time on this series. I thought the occasion warranted a little bit of something, and I also did just want to say a few words before we get into this. For anyone new watching, feel free to skip to the video. Absolutely fine. But I mean, hey, look, I've talked about this very occasionally before, but I started doing Breaking Bad, God, over a year ago now, and I remember at the time thinking, okay, if I can get 1, 2, 3 people watching week to week, the show's a success, the videos are a success. That was always kind of what I wanted to do, what I was kind of aiming for, and I mean, look, you know, the reactions and the way that these videos have connected with people and grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. You know, I know my Ozymandias did about 4,000 views at this point now, which I know in the general grand scheme of YouTube, small numbers, but like for me, that is huge. And I wanted to just kind of take a second to say thank you to those who have stuck by me, watched week to week, come back. You know, I've seen, you know, familiar names in the comments and just generally hanging about, watching me, having a good time, conversing, you know, talking about the show, the characters that we, I think, you know, all love and have come to love for whatever reason, and hate as well, and all that stuff in between. I think in the last week or so, I've got this kind of bittersweet, almost sad feeling. You know, I'm so excited for this episode, and I've been so excited building up to it, and I've been enjoying, obviously, the journey, the ride. But there's been, I don't know, something that's set in that made me realise that this is the last Breaking Bad Friday there will be. This is the last Breaking Bad episode I'll get to cover. And yeah, it's sad. It's sad. It's been fun. It's been a great ride. And with that, I will just go into say, I know I've answered a few people. I haven't got to everybody because I think everyone asks me all the time, what am I going to do after this? Obviously, you know, content as usual, but also I will be going on to do El Camino. I will be doing Better Call Saul Sundays as well going forward. So I don't have dates for you yet. They won't be like months in between or anything like that, but I will be getting to them eventually. We'll see. But that is coming. So just to let you know, seriously, thank you and so much love to the community I think that I've found and discovered here, and everyone who has been a part of that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And yeah, in the immortal words of David Tennant, I don't want to go. Oh man, we got to get a little bit of the dramatic in. But without further ado, hey man, Tyler, save the tears, dear Lord, sir. I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride. So yeah, without further ado, without any more chat, thank you for being here, and let's go. I'm scared. I have no idea. Good luck, Walt. You are going to need it, mate. It's interesting, isn't it? Because I don't think he's getting out of this series alive. I've said that quite consistently. But it's interesting that, you know, we're putting the coughs in a lot as well. I guess it introduces that question of like, you know, I don't even know. But if he does die, would he have died anyway? Because quite possibly. I've also been thinking a little bit. Maybe it's Jesse that kills him. That would make a lot of sense to me. Hello. All right. Ooh, good job that car is frosted over, isn't it?
Just get me home.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, we are building this tension. All right. There it is, that determination. All right. Hello and welcome to Breaking Bad Friday, the last Breaking Bad Friday we will ever do. The show that happens every single Friday until we are finished with it. It wouldn't be right if I didn't do this, I'm so sorry. So we're doing it again, we are absolutely doing it again. And also, by the way, the last one of the Breaking Bad series. I don't know, am I coming back for Better Call Saul? I'm not sure. Flamingo check! By the way, come on. I mean, who turned up? I did. I absolutely, come on. I mean, this is a look, right? This is a look. Might go out like this, not gonna lie to you, because it kind of does work. It does a little bit, although actually, to be fair, my partner did say before this video that, because I was feeling like really nice, do you know what I mean? I got aftershave on, I smell amazing. You can't smell it, but just take my word for it, alright? That's what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? I was the bee's knees, I was the dog's boss, mate. My partner just looks up and goes, "You look like the Riddler." Not wrong though, to be fair. Actually, that is true. Not wrong. But you know what? I'll channel that. That's absolutely fine. So sorry. This is going to be, you know what I mean. I'm just going to indulge on this video. I know a few of you don't want me to. You want me to get straight to the episode. You come in, mate. Hey, come here. Come here. This is my channel. All right. This is my video. It's going to go how I want it to. Well, that's not true. That's not true at all. Because I don't really want to cry, to be fair. Not that I'm afraid of my feelings. That's absolutely fine. Don't mind crying. Do you know what I mean? But usually when you cry, it means something bad's happened. Something sad's happened. Don't want that. Don't need that in my life. Do you know what I mean? World's terrible enough, man. I've got a lot on my plate. So it's absolutely not. That's true. But this is... What am I even talking about? What am I even talking about, mate? Anyway, lucky for you, I forgot what I was saying. So let's move. Last one of the series. Here we go. Where are we off, mate? Where are we off? Bang. Oh, you can see. You can. Oh, you can't see my bottom though. That is flamingo check. Caw! I tell you what, cool blimey, because do you know what I mean? Like, we're back in. Man, I see the names all flashing along the bottom, and let's just take a second, because these actors have smashed this out of the park, man. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot more to this show than just the acting, but it makes the show all that better for it. Yeah, here we go.
This is David Lynn from the New York Times. But what we'd really love to get is a photo of Mr. and Mrs. Schwartz.
Yeah, he's going straight after them. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not going to lie to you.
They'll be home tonight. Now, the address I have on them is Upper Canyon Road. Is that still... No, it isn't.
Oh, man. Nicely done, though.
I see. And the address?
Yeah, finessed that, didn't he?
Should make one hell of a story.
Goodbye. God.
I'm just saying it's apples and oranges.
Oranges!
If I want pizza, I go to a pizza place.
Love that these guys have come back in full circle. Talking last episode about how they are the root cause for a lot of his motivation, a lot of his ego, a lot of Heisenberg. You know?
This is different.
There's no...
In the shadow. Oh, I am looking forward to this.
Kick off my shoes and have a very large glass of wine.
Get the bottle out, mate. Use it as a baton. To be honest, actually. Drink some first, actually, yeah.
Yes, because it has...
He is the Grim Reaper, isn't he? Oh, come on. Oh, and the music. This is what makes this interesting. You can say what you want about Walter. I'm going to try not to linger too hard on this, but like, you know, I've said before that I don't like Walter at this point, right? He is the villain. By the way, a masterstroke, right? Like, you know, you go into season 5, it's like, who's going to be the big bad this season? And suddenly it's him. What a beautiful thing to do. What a beautiful, painful, horrible, tragic tragedy. At the same time, I can't erase the 4 seasons before that of being on this man's side, wanting him to get essentially where he got, right? You know, the kingpin, the drug empire, right? That's always what I wanted, and I think, you know, that's what the show kind of builds you up towards, right? And it gives you that. It gives you that in the most horrible, tragic way. But despite all of that and all of the negative things I've said about him, everything that I've said, which I absolutely still feel and believe, I do still feel on his side. And I think that is, you know, a huge testament to the writing. And so he's going in here now, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on his side. As twisted as that is, and that's twisted, and you can judge me all you want, mate. That's fair enough, right? But I don't feel like I'm the only one. Watching this show for the first time, I don't feel like I would have been the only one thinking that, feeling that, because they've done it so beautifully. And they have made it, you know, so they've cemented so much in your heart and your mind who this man was, where he came from, which, you know, let's not forget the humble start and the moral good of the reason that he started on this journey. And I still remember that despite all the other stuff as well. And so I find myself on his side, and that's such beautiful storytelling, such a beautiful, huge payoff to the show, to this character, that right here, right now, you know, these people are innocent. I mean, they've done things and they've done bad things. They did a horrible thing to Walt and pushed him out and all that stuff, right? Or whatever, you know, and just cut him out. And you can say what you want about that, you know, whatever. In the grand scheme of things, in general, they are the innocents in this situation, right? And yet I'm not on their side, which is very impressive. Like, I want Walter to demolish them. I want him to get that satisfaction. I want him to get that revenge. I am very much enjoying this as well, this casual, you know, walking. It makes him all the more dangerous. He's so relaxed, you know, like a wolf stalking. Not even that. I think my kind of comparison to the Grim Reaper, just, you know, this shade walking through just casually normal. This is normal. This is fine. He's comfortable. He's in his element. Shows you exactly where his mindset is. And he's looking around at like what they've got, where they are in their life. and where he is. And look at this shot here, the divide of the pillar and what they've achieved and where he is at, Walter is at in this present, in this time, because of how things went and how they're almost two reflections.
And Miriam Cohen, we could have a little.
So calm.
Fine, and then.
Yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
Hello, Gretchen. Elliott. I really like your new house.
Oh, it's big, mate. That takes a lot of money, that.
What?
Oh yeah. Well, kind of.
My God, you must have one great view.
I think the part of the reason that he's so calm as well is that he knows this is his last hurrah. He doesn't really care what happens to him now. I think he just wants to resolve this in a way that he can be happy with, satisfied with. I'm not even convinced that he's going to kill them. I mean, that's the obvious choice, right? But it just seems too obvious. But I do feel like part of the calm and the inner steel and just the relaxed nature of him is because he's not scared of dying, of death, of the end, because I think he knows it's here. He absolutely does. He just wants to do this one last thing, or maybe a few last things before he goes, which makes him all the more dangerous.
If you are here to...
Nice, she's nailing that. The fear.
Actually, I'm here to give you something.
Right, okay. The tentative. I mean, that looks very blunt, mate. Is that a table knife?
If we're gonna go that way,
You will lose.
bigger knife.
Yeah. What a line. What's he doing? Money? Seriously? Maybe he's just trying to guilt them and make them see what they did to him. You know, it's like, here, you have all the money, have all the rest of mine as well.
I don't want to lose any end of the furniture.
Yeah, it's almost vindictive. It's like, here, a big stack of cash. That was all that was important to you, wasn't it?
Why is it here?
I earned it, and you're going to give it to my children.
Ooh, interesting.
You will give him this money in the form of an irrevocable trust.
That would be a nice little bow, because there's precedent that would make sense to Walt Jr. and Skyler and everybody. They would also look very good for that, Elliott and Gretchen.
If you want to give your kids drug money, go do it yourself.
You can't.
I can't.
Yeah. And this is the question. Can he finally achieve the one thing he set out to do, to financially support his family and to make sure they're okay? Because that's the goal right now for Walter. Do you trust these two guys, though? I mean, we'll see.
It wouldn't make any sense coming from us.
It would make a lot of sense, actually, to be fair.
My children are blameless victims of their monster.
Exactly.
Call it a Bo Jess, call it liberal guilt, call it whatever you...
They use my money, never yours.
Very important point. There's his ego coming back into it. He seems very sure that they are going to do that. Here it is, a threat.
I can't trust you to do this.
Okay.
Absolutely you can.
Uh-huh. I love how they linger on scenes. No cuts, just letting them act. The scene, you know.
Don't move.
Oh, hello.
Muscle. You don't want them to
Yes.
think that you're trying to get away.
Yes. This is what it's going to take. Good. You need to put that fear into them.
Whatever happens to me tomorrow,
Tomorrow. Interesting.
they'll still be out there.
Yeah, there it is.
For any reason that my children do not get this money.
Yeah, he's got him. Nice. And it's easy to be behind Walter as well because he has returned to that original motivation that I just talked about being so sympathetic towards, right? The motivation that was so understandable in the beginning, you know, despite where it led. He's returned to that, right? That's the goal. That's what he's trying to do here. Give the money to his family. So it's so easy to be behind Walter because that original motivation is right here at the forefront, and that is the reasoning, right? It's something that the audience is already so soft towards, and so it's very, very, very easy for the audience at this point, at this stage in this game, to be on his side. It's clever.
Darkness. This is where you get to make it right.
There it is. I was just going to say, he's not actually mentioned their own interpersonal relationship and what happened, which was interesting, right? And that's why I was going to talk about it for a little second, because I think there's maybe been a little bit of a misunderstanding as to like where I'm at with Walter, right? I think because I have talked about it, it's my fault because I've talked about it in a certain way, this Walt Heisenberg kind of dichotomy, right? And this combination of the two. And I think the way that I've spoken about Walter in that sense has made it seem like I think that there are two sides to him, which is not incorrect. I do think that, but I also do think they are mixed, you know, and they're kind of constantly they're kind of this swirl, right, of light and darkness and grey all together. And I think, you know, at different points in the show, in his life, in this year of his life, or, you know, whatever we're on to now, it has always been, you know, either those sides of himself warring or working together, right? Or anything in between. So it's like, while I do talk about it quite often as two separate parts, I do think that he is just a mix of them. I do think as well, last episode, there was very much a putting aside of Walter and that life, an almost rebirth, or at least a restoking of Heisenberg last episode coming into this one, right? And I did say that too. But I think what we've seen in this scene was very interesting, because I think this is very much a mix. It's a grey kind of combination of Walt and Heisenberg here, because I was like, it's very curious that he didn't mention the interpersonal relationship. It's all been about Walt Jr. getting the money to him, and that's very Walter. It's very Walter. And yet at the same time, this calm, this aggression, this strength, this Heisenberg grit that you kind of see within him as well, right? Exercising that to keep these two in control and make them do what they need to do. Also, obviously, with the mercenary inclusion in that as well, it's very Heisenberg. So, do you know what I mean? But I think it's very Walter-esque to not be egotistical, not let that egotistical side come out and be like, you did this to me, do you know what I mean, and all this stuff. He was very much he took a step back and he was like, no, I'm doing the good thing. Like I say, his motivations were kind of returned to that pureness of what we started with in season 1, which I think was still very much Walter. And I think his choice not to focus on that relationship and the interpersonal stuff and the hit to his ego and the pain of and the trauma that he himself feels because of what these did to him, and not bringing that up is very Walter-esque. I think if he had brought that up, that would have been very Heisenberg. And so anyway, it's just so interesting that in this scene, it's such a beautifully acted, written scene that just demonstrates this kind of just this amalgamation, this metamorphosis of Walt and Heisenberg, and how they aren't two separate parts necessarily, even though they are a mix. That's just who he is now. They aren't necessarily two separate people. It is just this person now before us that has all of that within him, and he's exercising all of that now in the way that he's going and the way that he's acting, behaving, and his goals at this stage in the show. Really, really, really cool. Ooh, lemons. Where are the oranges? No death today. Nice though. That's really beautiful. I love that he's kind of, at least for me now, as if we don't see anything more about that, in my head canon, Walt Jr. gets that money and he's taken care of and he's fine and he's safe. Yeah, I knew it. Just a fake. I nearly said. It's probably just two guys with lights. Oh, it's these guys. Amazing. They absolutely, yeah. I knew it. I don't exactly know how to feel about all this. Fair. Understandable.
Thing felt kind of shady, you know, like morality-wise.
Verbalizing that. Fair enough. Nice. Bit on the nose. I like it, though. Yeah, they can't know about Jesse.
What's this I hear about blue meth still being out there?
Here we go. I think he's going to come back and set Jesse free. Although the blue meth, he mentioned the blue meth specifically. Very Heisenberg, very kind of my product.
By whom?
Yeah, by whom? Who? Let me deal with this.
We were sure it was you, because that is choice, yo.
So Walter now knows that it's Jesse, because Jesse's the only one that can do that. Yeah, and he's realising.
Jesse?
Yeah, because I guess to Walter, Jesse was supposed to be gone, and they've gone back on their word. I'm trying to work out. There's a lot of kind of angst at Jesse there, not kind of like, oh God, they used Jesse, because I guess he doesn't know, right? Maybe he's thinking that Jesse's working for them willingly now. Oh, here we go. Oh, the box. I remember all that time ago, and I remember someone saying, remember the box, Tyler? And I did, and I've been waiting. That box that he made. Nice. Oh, hello, and it's young Jesse too, so this is the box. That is a beautiful box, mate, to be fair. That is well done. Oh, this is a dream, isn't it? The life he could have had. Oh, it is, the life he could have had. Things had just gone a little differently. Isn't that the mantra of this show? Oh, we're so happy. Yeah. That's so painful to see. That's man. Oh, man. Jesse's not innocent in all this, but he didn't deserve this. He did not deserve this. God. Here we are. The flash forward. Good, good, good. This is the thing as well, and I've seen some people in the comments be like, why are you so kind of sympathetic towards Jesse? He's also culpable for things. And I'm like, yeah. I think the thing for me that just separates him from like Walt, for example, I mean, like, let's not forget, I mean, they're not the same. Walter was the kingpin. Walter was the manipulator. For a very long time, Jesse was trying to get out, right? He was absolutely trying to get out. He has consistently felt all the way through that it was bad. Right, and very much got to a point where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is poison to me. I feel it in my bone. You know, we saw in Blood Money how he was like, I can't take this. I don't want this. Right, and it's just so stark where we see Jesse where he is right now in the show and where Walt is, and the opportunity that Walt had to live out his life in peace, right, in the middle of nowhere and have a life. Whereas Jesse, in comparison, is a prisoner. You know, he's been tortured. He can't go anywhere. He's a slave to the boys, right? That's so horrible, and I'm so sorry, but like Jesse absolutely did not deserve that. That's not me saying he's not done bad things, but he's not in any way the same class as Walter, Jack, Todd, Gus. And let's not forget, very, very, very important, Jesse's such a kid. He's so young. He's so young. And yeah, that does give him a little bit of leeway in my mind. I think on its own, that's not enough, but I think considering what I saw of him throughout the show and how much he was striving to get away from the bad, the moral black, the darkness, and he wanted to be good. We saw that consistently. And he made decisions that tried to protect people, Andrea, Brock, for two, right? He was loyal to Walt and Mike and whatever, but he was this young kid and he found himself in this situation. And, you know, the world was arrayed against him and he's just been taking one punch after another. That's where I stand on it, personally. And bless him, he deserves a second chance, whereas to me, Walt doesn't. I think he's going to go expecting Jesse to be there, free and safe and just, you know, obviously cooking. And then he's going to see what he did. Because Walter did that to Jesse. Right, yeah, poison.
It's easy money till we catch you. Why don't you say the word?
Oh.
Ride along. You can watch us knock down a meth lab.
Oh, that ride along. All that time ago.
Someday.
Oh, that ride along really was just the first step. I don't think she's making it out of this show alive either, you know. Oh, Walter's gonna use the thing maybe on her. I think Walter's goal at this point is to demolish and eviscerate the blue meth from the face of the earth. He's always been like, no, it's mine. If I'm not doing it, no one does it. I think that's his core motivation, at least at this point in the show. Might be wrong.
What are you doing?
Okay. Oh god, I didn't even see him! I didn't even see him! Yeah, boy. Oh, I thought he was gonna sit down at the table. Maybe afterwards, maybe Todd's gonna leave. I think he's... Okay, no, he is. Perfect.
2 minutes of your time, that's all I ask.
Interesting. Because Todd is the enemy. I mean, well, they both are to a certain extent, but Todd is aligned on the other side.
You're running out of methylamine, aren't you?
Interesting.
I can do the math.
Right.
You've been at it long enough. You must be running low.
Uh-huh.
I have a new method.
Oh, is he going to draw them all in?
And Todd, I could teach it to you.
Yeah, he is, I think.
How did you know to find us here?
10 a.m. every Tuesday morning, you and I met here.
Yeah, you're predictable as Lydia. She's trying to be so careful and she's so bad at this. Yeah, boy's not got much time.
I need the money.
Yeah, no, I think this is a ploy to get them all in one place so you can deal with them and end this and finish this.
Nothing short of $1 million. That is giving it away.
One last plan. One last manipulation.
And I need more stevia.
Of course you do.
That's
Of
not...
course. We're not doing business with him.
But they need his plan.
Please, don't make me walk you through this.
Yeah, she's gonna fall right into the trap. I think it's a trap. I don't know. It might be wrong.
Did you look at him?
Yeah, he's not got long left, right? It's
You'd be doing him a favor.
It's an easy win from her perspective. Oh, interesting. Poison. Like, how would he get into the packet? I'm so paranoid. Good to know that's not gone away. Oh, hello. Ooh, that is preparation. Okay, yeah, this is what I mean. Draw them all into one place and then, you know what I mean? Yeah, and also at this point in the show, my brain is kind of like, oh, hello, automated. Okay. At this point in the show, part of me is like, throw morals aside. And there's almost a base need of just entertain me. Entertain me. So I'm like, throw morals aside. And I just want to see him tear them all down after all of it. Erase it all. Yes, good. Yeah, and then the shot of the ring as well. You know, his motivations are still so steeped in his family. Obviously, that's been the one consistent thing throughout this whole show, even though he has kind of said it and it's felt empty and it's been empty. That has been his solid motivation the entire show. And that little drop of the ring is just a reminder of that.
Walt's in town.
Ooh, they know.
Your old next door neighbor, the one on the right, what's her name?
Yeah, of course she swim.
He's there. He's going to blow up City Hall. Apparently he has some sort of manifesto. He wants to be on the 6 o'clock news. It's just...
I think at this point, Skyler wants to see him.
There are 3 places that he would go. To you, to
Yeah.
me, or Flynn.
Yeah, well, yeah. God bless her. She's lost so much. Oh, Hank.
That arrogant asshole thinks he's some criminal mastermind, but he's not.
Underestimate him at your own peril, mate. Is he in the room? Is he there with her?
Thanks.
I just feel like it's going to pan to him. Come on, show me. Ah, ha, ha. I knew it. I knew it. So beautifully done with the shift in shadow as well.
You look terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it almost
Feel good.
feels like...
So talk.
It's almost a comfort to see them talking like this. I think they needed this. I needed this at least.
It's over.
Yeah.
And I needed a proper goodbye.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a big plan. That ends with him dying.
They'll be coming to me.
Yeah.
3 men came in.
Yeah. Well, Skyler, I think he's going to deal with it, mate.
They're not coming back. Not after tonight.
There it is. Yeah.
Why your money, Walt? I thought Flynn made that clear.
She's doing this so beautifully too. She's really conveying this sense of defeat. Just in everything like in her manner, in her averted gaze. She's not fearful, she's not angry, you know, she's not anything. I think there's a lot of numbness, a lot of kind of just tiredness, right, which you can absolutely understand. But you know, the actor is sorry, I don't look up cast names because I don't want to get spoilers, you know, typing Breaking Bad into stuff, and also the algorithm then sends you loads of Breaking Bad stuff, so I just haven't. So sorry, I will look up after this, but she's doing such a wonderful job with that and conveying that to me, and just in the way that also her tone and, you know, the way she's talking as well, it's just defeated. She's so defeated. You know, she's in this room, she's smoking still, by the way. You know, we obviously seen throughout the show that, you know, she was trying to quit at one point, and then as things got stressful and worse and, you know, more and more horrible, she just kept smoking. And here, you know, everything in this scene shows us how much her mental state has degraded. Flynn's not there. I don't see Holly. Maybe Holly is there. I don't know. But it's just such a sad, tragic picture. And I think, you know, this episode is showing us the after effects and the ripples that Walter's acts through the show and deeds through the show, the consequences of those things on these characters that we've seen. You know, we just had Marie too, and I had that little pang of Hank, and she even just mentions him if you're not already thinking of him, you know, and I'm reminded how she's on her own, you know, and what she's lost, and how sad that is, and how tragic that is, considering what they had, and how lovely Hank was, and how strong Hank was, and how he was this force that just got cruelly stopped.
All I have to give you is this.
Oh, that was where he buried it.
Call the DEA once I leave. Tell them I was here.
He's giving her an out for her, maybe? Oh, where Hank is. Because that must be where, yeah, that's where Hank's buried.
Those numbers are GPS coordinates.
Right.
For what?
Yeah, I think he's trying to exonerate her. Give her something to give them.
That's where they'll find Hank and Steve Gomez.
Yeah. In the hope that they'll
It's where I buried our money.
let her go.
The men who stole it from us, they murdered Hank and Steve.
Oh, I'm glad that he's saying this and that she knows it wasn't him.
For a deal with the prosecutor.
There it is, yeah. And look at this framing again, the pillar in between them. This symbol of, you know, these two people and this wall between them, and they can never be together and it'll never be the same. I know we know that, right? But I think it's just reminding us of that, and it's sad. God, it's sad.
You need to understand.
I have to hear one more time
Yeah.
that you did this for the family.
I did it for me.
Oh. That's huge. That is so huge.
I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was good at it.
Yeah. It started with the family, but it became so much more.
I was alive.
Yeah. And he's finally admitted it to himself and to her. Look at that weight off himself. Lifted by finally admitting the truth. Oh. All of those little falsehoods, all of those little things that he put in place to make him feel like he wasn't the bad guy for so long. He's finally owned up to there being more to it than that. And I think there's something beautifully poetic about the idea that it was that path and the path that he's been on and everything that he's done that made him feel alive. I think in a way that he wasn't, and I think he would say that he wasn't before Heisenberg and the meth, when he was just teaching and they didn't have money. I think he's found more enjoyment and more happiness and fulfillment in this journey as Heisenberg and what he did. Obviously horrific and horrifying all at the same time, traumatic all at the same time. But I think what we just saw there was that, yeah, he did find a lot of happiness, contentment, fulfillment that he didn't have before, which is so sad. And I think a reflection, again, a revisitation of what I was talking about in season 1 and these social issues that were brought up, when we're talking about healthcare and, the family not having the money, even though Walter is working full time. They couldn't afford enough water for, 3 showers or whatever it was. And we're revisiting this idea of he did everything that he was supposed to do. They did everything they were supposed to do and he wasn't happy. He felt like he wasn't living, that he couldn't live. And I think that's such a commentary, again, on that stuff, that it took doing what we in society declare as bad and punishable by the law. And it took him to do that, to make him feel like he was existing on this planet in a way that made him happy. And that's sad and twisted and messed up. And I'm reminded that it wasn't all his fault. It was systems and unfairness in those systems that drove him towards this. And if through all of that bad and murder and horror there was more happiness than he'd ever had, that's the biggest declaration of a system that is fundamentally broken. By the way, I don't want you to think that I'm royally on America. I think in some respects actually, and I've had a lot to do with the healthcare in this country lately because my partner's been quite ill and is disabled, so we've been in and out of hospitals and had to deal with things. And I think honestly it's a big conversation. I'm not going to get into it here or the nuances here, but I think in some respects the healthcare in the UK is worse than in the US right now. So please don't think that I'm taking a massive dump on America here. I think it's translatable to a lot of countries. Oh, and she can finally see him for the Walter that she knew. That little look there, now that he's admitted it, now that he's kind of, not hiding behind anything, this declaration of, I did it for the family, this righteousness that was a little bit fake, a little bit hollow, a little bit transparent. Now that he's admitted that to her, she can finally pull back that curtain. All that transparency, that wall that he put up, it's gone, and she can finally see him. Here. This is it. The wall's gone, and yeah, that meant a lot for him to admit that. As sad as it is, and as tragic, and she feels it right there. Look at this acting, mate. Look at it. Do you know what I mean? See all the things I'm getting from what she's doing? Yeah, and that love, that, damn, oh, I wish it had been different. I'm so sorry. And the sadness there and the, oh my goodness, what a fucking performance. Well done for that. What a beautiful little piece of acting there from her. That's some of the best acting in this show. That right there, that's insane. Just everything that she showed there, and I'm gonna go back and do it again. I'm sorry, I know you're gonna be like, oh Tyler, just play the Q. I'm gonna do what I want, mate. Yeah, and after all of this, the upset, the sadness, the tragic, she knows it. What she does next is gold dust. This look. Yeah, there's so much love. There and then there, and she felt that love again for the first time, and it hurt, and that's what that look away is. She feels that love again right there, and and then she feels it and it hurts, and and pain. Whew. Damn.
May I see her?
Oh, and it means a lot that he asked. Oh man. Oh, man. Last episode was sad, but damn it, this is a lot. Oh, and she looks at him, I think, for the first time in a long time as her dad, as Walter. Because he is still in there. He's changed and he'll never be the same, but he's in there. Something of him. And that's kind of one of the saddest things about this. One of the most painful things about this. Oh, God, okay. Okay. Yeah, and here we see Walt Jr. 'Cause he's gonna want to see Walt Jr. before it's over. Yeah. It's all been very smooth as well for Walt, I think, at this point. I wonder if he's going to have to kill some people. Ah, it's too dangerous. I don't think he can. Maybe he just wanted to see him one last time. Ah. Everything I feel for Walt, all of the damnation that I send his way, all of the, the villain that I've seen in him and found deplorable and punished him for, all I feel right now is sad for him. Yeah, now he's steady, focused.
No replacement for displacement.
Tell you what, mate, brush that mustache one more time, because that's what you're going to get, son.
The clubhouse.
God, and I'm forgetting Jesse. Man, does Jesse make it out of this? I don't even know. I have no idea. This show does notoriously give you what you want. I think we are going to get a nice, lovely moment between Walt and Jesse, and it's going to tear at my heartstrings. Before whatever happens, I think we'll get that. Or maybe just Jesse punishing him. I don't know. Maybe both.
You lift your shirt up. Give us a spin.
I'm not wearing a wire.
Just show me your nipples, Walt. Bit higher. Alright, he needs those back, huh?
Todd, please, would you explain things to your uncle?
No, I don't think you have a claw in Todd anymore.
You really shouldn't have come back, Mr. White.
Yeah, we saw that in the cafe.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wait, Jack. You owe me. Come on. You owe me.
Let's go.
I owe you what for?
Jesse Pinkman, you promised that you would kill him.
Yeah.
Instead, all right, you partnered with him.
Oh, no. There it is. No, they're not. Let's tell Walt, please.
Partners. What do you... Him being alive is not him and me being partners.
Yeah, now Walt's going to realise what he did.
Where's that little piece of shit?
Oh, he's going to bring him, show him.
No. This one here, calling me a liar?
Yeah, ego.
You insulted me?
Ego.
I'm gonna show you just how wrong you are. Putting that bullet in your head myself.
Yeah, well, you get the chance. We'll see. Oh, Jesse. Oh, man. How long's it been? I don't want to know, do I? Walter, look upon what you have sown. Okay, good. Yeah, this is your chance. Come on. Just be careful. I can't wait.
See what I'm talking about, you son of a bitch?
Oh.
Does this look like a partner to you? Come here, take a look.
Yeah. Oh, look at them both looking at each other. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and he knows. He knows what he did.
Gander.
Oh, Jesse.
This is my partner. Right, partner? Right, buddy? "50-50 partner."
And let's not forget, right, the thing about this is that the Walt and Jesse split was very recent. Walt was so determined to make sure that Hank and Jesse stayed alive. That bond is still there. I think this right here, Walt sees, and I think Walt regrets this. My whole point is that to Walter, Jesse is almost this surrogate son. That is the relationship. That is the deep-seated emotion at play here. Yeah, look at them. Okay, it's a gambit. He's got the key. Yeah, we've got the shot. We've got the key in the shot. There it is. Nice. Yes, it was to get them all down. Yeah. Right, Todd's surviving. We can make it personal with Todd. Amazing. There it is. Oh, I think until he saw Jesse, he was, maybe he was just going to let himself get taken out too. But he had to get Jesse down to save Jesse. Ooh. Ooh. I did say I wanted to see them get trampled over. Perfect. It's everything I wanted. Thank you, show. Perfect. Haha. Good. Todd's still alive though, I think. I mean, that went pretty good. Todd. Yep, Walter, get a gun, get something, because he is going to come at you.
Mr. White.
Yes! Yes, Jesse! Walter, you let him. Get him, boy. Yes, come on. Yeah, good. This is what I needed. Personal Todd. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that Jack's still kind of kicking. Awesome, Walt. Make it. My goodness, what's this? I'm so sorry. I sound like such a horrible person. It's fiction, all right? It's fiction. But like, yes. Yes! Destroy them. I'm glad. Nice. I needed this all to be personal. Brilliant. Hey, hello, Jack. Look at how you lost, you little Good. Yeah, not in the head. Make it hurt. God, sorry.
You want your money, right?
Oh, no, he does not at all, mate.
You wanna know where it is?
Because that's all you think of, isn't it?
You pull that trigger, you never.
Nice! What a callback to Hank. Not even letting him finish. Good, that felt good. That was good for my soul. I will be honest with you. Here it is, boys. Here it is. Guys, there's bad blood between you. I get it, but like, you're not allies here, but like, it's done. It's over. Yeah. I kind of feel like I know where Walt stands. I'm not... Right, giving the gun to Jesse. Okay, that's big. I'm like, I don't know where Jesse stands, but that's big that he's like, yeah, there's the gun. Finish me if you want. I wouldn't even blame Jesse. I don't think Jesse's going to do it, though. I don't think he will. Because he's still that good kid. I don't know.
You want this.
Say the words! Say you want this!
I want this.
Oh, he's already gone. Jesse's going to leave him to bleed out. Poetic in a way. Horror, like...
Do it yourself.
There it is. And this is why I have more sympathy for Jesse, because at this point in the show, and for a very, very long time, I think, in the show, his decision making has been based on not tarnishing his soul even more than he already has. And so it's like, yes, he has done bad things, fine. But at a certain point, he stopped making that decision. He did. And you see it right there in that decision. That takes a lot of self-control. Considering what Walt has done to him, he's got every right to shoot him, and yet still. And yeah, I guess, no, it takes away a little bit from that, considering that Walt is already kind of, injured. But I think that's still a big thing, and I think demonstrates how much Jesse is striving towards being a better person, being a good person, trying to get away from the blood money, and everything else. Oh, Lydia. She's the loose end, maybe. Oh, that was his ring. Todd. He's dead and he's still being a little bit creepy. That's impressive, I'll be honest with you. Beyond the grave, wow.
Up under the weather, that would be the ricin I gave you.
Oh, baby.
Stevia crap that you're always putting in your tea.
He did. Okay, good. I have no sympathy for her. Well, she tried to kill Mike. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think of when I think of Lydia. They're really wrapping up every little loose end, aren't they? Apart from, and someone did say very early in the, whenever, I don't know, it was a long time ago, someone in the comments did say at one point, oh, that there is something in the show that they couldn't really make work, and they hoped everyone would forget about it. And I think at the time I was like, is it the phone call that Hank gets? And I'm assuming it's the phone call that Hank gets. Do you know what I mean? Because we still haven't, we still don't really know who did that. And I guess maybe that's something that they just hope the audience would forget. What are the theories, by the way? Because I'm sure there are absolutely theories about that. I mean, who knows? Maybe we're going to find out, but like, I don't think so. Yeah, let me know down in the comments. What are the top theories? Have people tried to fit it into the lore and the canon of the show and be like, oh, it was this person for this reason? Let me know. I'm curious. Yeah, and is this the last time these two see each other? The ending to their story? Yeah, because they both know Walt's dead. Oh, and in the final moments, little nods from both of them my read is like mutual respect for what they had, what they were, what they did experience, the bond, the care that they had. It's ended this way, and this is not ideal for either of them, but it is an end. Oh, I'm glad you're out, mate. Good. And I'm glad that Walt could go so far to at least give Jesse that and get him out of that. That's everything I wanted. Yeah, all of the characters throughout the show, especially this last season, who have been like, why can't you just go and die? And I think he's got to a point in his own head where he's like, yeah, okay. To be honest. I miss it already, season 1, season 2, season 3, the times we had. Even knowing what it all leads up to, I miss it. Oh, what a journey. What a journey. Note as well, no hat, no Heisenberg hat in this, and I think that is an extra symbol of how this wasn't all Heisenberg. He isn't just Heisenberg, even now. Yeah, what an image. The mask, the meth lab, the body of the guy who this was all for. There it is. All right, okay. Is that it? Oh man. Oh man, what a journey. What a journey. We got there though. We did. Oh, over a year of my life covering this show, analysing, watching it, being pained by it. Oh my goodness, what's there to say? I guess, well, hey, what did I think of the series? I mean, come on. Do I have to say? Oh man, that's it. Cool. All right. I mean, I think it's obvious how much I like this show and what I think of this show and why. What do I think to the finale, I suppose? Am I happy with it? Yeah, God, I think the finale gives you everything you want. Oh, I am. I'm sad. I am. It does. It hits you. And it uses everything that it's built up. Make sure that despite everything that's happened and all of the things that you felt for Walt, for example, you do still feel for him, and it reminds you, I think, of where it all started, and that there is still a sliver of good in there, and it shows you that and goes to pains to make you feel all of it, all of the tragedy, and I think it does. It just brings all of the little threads full circle. You know, we see that internal dichotomy, that internal emotional journey of Walt come to an end. You know, I think when we see him and Skyler together and he admits for the first time that it wasn't just about family, and it wasn't. And, you know, we see all the loose threads tied up. We see Todd, we see the meth empire, the failing, the falling, the death of that. Lydia as well. We see Jesse released and set free, which I'm happy for. You know, I'm so happy for that. And to see that that wasn't his fate, you know, and as awful as that all was. And I think it does. It leaves you with the feeling at the end of like, yeah, despite all of this, despite all of it being not the ideal for these characters, there is that one last nod between Walter and Jesse of like experience of their time together. And despite the ending not being the one that either of them wanted, it's ended and it's done. I think stood there looking at each other in the places that they're both at, that both of those characters were at, they were happy for that in their own way as well. Glad that it's finally come to an end. And it has finally come to an end. That was episode 16, Felina. Breaking Bad Friday is complete, mate. Completed it. Oh yeah, boom, done. Thank you once again for being here this whole time. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed. If this is your first episode, wow, you got a lot of catching up to do, mate. Hey, subscribe, put it down there, because we will be going on doing El Camino, Better Call Saul as well. I will also be doing a Q&A on twitch.tv. There is a link in the description down below if you click on that. I will be streaming, and we'll be doing a Q&A and just talking all things Breaking Bad, and just having a bit of a stream all time, and yeah, hang out over there as well. So yeah, if you're interested in that, I'll be doing that over there. Come and join me, ask me whatever you want, let's talk about whatever you want in relation to Breaking Bad at least, and we'll do that over there for a little bit. Like I say, schedule wise, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet with El Camino Better Call Saul, but it is coming, so yeah, drop that subscribe, and we will get that content to you at some point very, very soon in the near future. Thank you as always to my patrons who support me in their own way, and well, I say in their own way, with your real life money, mate. Thank you so much to you guys. It genuinely means the world that you do that. So yeah, with that, I will usher us out of this journey. This Breaking Bad ship has come into anchor. Is that appropriate? Maybe we're sinking, I'm not sure. With that said, I've got my green, I've got my flamingos. Thank you again. I'll see you very, very soon.